Hello! Happy Friday! How are we all? Welcome in, welcome in. Maternal Pillow, Half Dead Studios, and anyone else in the chat. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you've all had a lovely week. It's me, and it's Bailey, who is kind of fast asleep, or was fast asleep until I said his name. And we've got a new project that we're going to start working on today. This is a model that I've had printed out for a while, and I've only just gotten around to listing it on the website, doing product photos and everything like that. And it's called the Calamity Devastator, and it's a mech. Because we've painted quite a lot of fantasy recently with the two Dean Smith characters. So we're going to crack on with this mech, and it's got a bit of a Fallout vibe. It's got we're going to approach it in a slightly different way. I've undercoated it black, and we're going to essentially slap chop it and see how it goes. So without further ado, you know what I mean. Here it is. Here's the model. So it might look a little dark on the screen at the moment because it is undercoated in black. But as soon as we start dry brushing that white on, it's really going to start popping out. And that's what we're going to start doing now. So we're going to take Pro Acryl, Bob Titanium White, and we're going to put a lot of it on the palette because we are going to just do a lot of dry brushing. I'm going to be using one of the makeup brushes, and I think this is probably the right brush for the job, right size, and we're going to go from there. We're going to get a decent amount on the brush, wipe a lot of it off, and we'll just test it out. We'll test it out around the back just in case. This is going to be a mixture of dry brushing and over brushing, and a little bit of stippling as well, because I want to get some nice textures on these armor plates. I have yet to decide what color the overall model is going to be. I'm thinking yellow, but not convinced as of yet. So open to suggestions, chat. What colour do you think this should be? Bear in mind, it's got to be it's going to be a product photo, so I need to keep it presentable for the web store. So there's not a lot of paint on this brush at all, but it is covering quite a lot. Bits of basing falling off here and there. That's absolutely fine. I'm hoping with the dry brushing it's going to give the final piece quite a dark look, similar to the other two mechs that I've done. And there are so many more mechs to come as well. This is just I think there's 4, including this, now listed on the website. And there's probably another 25, I want to say. Guess what's the idea or theme for the mech? Hi, Pillow. Hi. I think yellow would feel like a construction robot. You say that, but I did the other one yellow and it worked. But maybe I want it slightly different. So we have a look here. The Destroyer, the TR900 Destroyer, which works, I think, works really well in this yellow. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe I'll just Google mechs, because I mean red's cool, green works, but I feel like green is always quite military, and I don't know whether it could be military. I don't know. Hedgehog. I bought some things earlier. That's not the tune. You know what I mean. Le Shock. What? Hey, that, like, historically, that is a shock. Red looks good. Oh, red would be cool. And it would be in, like, they're not. This isn't part of the the Vespa project, but it kind of fits. It does kind of fit. Right, a little bit more paint on the brush. Wipe off a little bit more. Could be more of a stealth type mech, so greyish. I like the idea of there being some stealthy type mechs, but maybe not this one. This is probably one of the larger ones we get, and that is available. And I kind of want this one to be the opposite of stealth. Like, you know when it's coming. Phrasing. You know, it's gonna mess your day up. So yeah, red would be cool. Red would be cool. I mean, there is also, I mean, I'm not against the, like, a teal, maybe? Sure, for some reason my head looks like a Geth mech from Mass Effect. I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. It looks, to me, it looks quite Ghost in the Shell. I think it's all these lines on the, it's all the panel lines. Right, I just realised I'm going to hit go live on the TikToks. Obi's Delta 7. What? Obi's Delta 7? Huh? Obi's Delta 7, as in Obi-Wan? Or what? What? Need a lot. Disappointed. Obi's Delta 7. Yeah, no, you've lost me on that one. Hello, everyone on TikTok. How you doing? Welcome in. Oh, it's quite dusty. There's a little bit of water onto that kitchen roll. Just keep it moist. Hey, good afternoon, Claire. How's it going? LMGT. Let me get the something you. What? I'm good, Putty. I'm good. How are you? Oh, let me Google that for you. Right. Okay. Got it. Yeah, the Obi's Delta 7. Delta 7. Droid? No. I'm trying to... No, you've completely lost me. Not painting the dwarf this time. No, the dwarf is done. The dwarf is absolutely finished. Here you go. There's the dwarf. All... Oh, it's his ship. Oh. Obi's Delta 7. The Jedi Starfighter. So, yeah, this is the Demon Smith Deep Lord on Throne that we were painting last stream. I finished the green off stream. I actually need to redo the green because I realised afterwards I used a different paint. If you have a look at the Mech Sorcerer that I did, it's much brighter. And I realised I used the wrong paint. It still looks fine, but I kind of want to match it to this, so I'm gonna whack some more. I'm not going to repaint the whole thing. I'm just going to whack some white ink in there, let it dry, and then go in. And it's ghoul green that I used on this one. So yeah, those two. We're starting a new project today. And welcome in everyone on TikTok. This is the Calamity Destroyer. This is a new model that has just gone onto the web store today. I didn't even put a notification out. I just put it up and then we're streaming and getting it painted. And I'm just dry brushing it white because we're going to slap chop this. Warhammer. This isn't technically Warhammer. It's not from Games Workshop, but it is a tabletop game. It could be used in Warhammer as a proxy or any other kind of sci-fi tabletop game. Berserk! Hey, Berserk. Did you get my message about your prints, by the way? I sent them the other day. You should probably have them by now. Aether Sprite Delta 7 Jedi Starfighter. Oh, okay, so it is it's the ship that he takes to Geonosis, yeah? That one. And the one right at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. Why did you mention Obi's Delta 7? Did you buy Did you buy it? Have you got it? Imagine if you checked your DMs. Yeah, imagine that. That would be weird, right? What have you done? Yeah, okay, yeah, that one. Oh god, I love the Jedi Starfighters. Oh, paint scheme. Oh, that does mean painting a large section of this white. That would be cool. That would be cool. Red and white. Okay. All right. You have my attention. Berserk. Yeah, I was in the Land of Brum for a Dota 2 event on the. Oh, I remember you saying now. Yeah. How was it? Was it good? I have absolutely no knowledge of Dota. Apart from it is slightly similar to League of Legends. Is that correct? I don't know. I could do it like a newspaper? Oh, I feel like I'm just about to walk into a pun. Am I just about to walk into a pun trap? I feel like I am. Okay. PL Blue, thank you very much. How you doing today? So we've got almost all of the dry brushing done, the initial dry brushing, and then we're going to go back in with kind of a heavier coat to start picking out the real highlights. This is just to kind of give an overall idea and basis for the base for the paint to settle on. But there are going to be some parts that I'd want brighter, right where the light would hit, because otherwise it will just be too dark. Black, white, and red all over would be cool. I kind of like the idea of this. See, if I was going to do that, I would have sprayed it white. Damn it. Berserk, apart from the security being dum-dums, it was a very fun event. Yeah, Dota is similar to League of Legends, but it's a lot more complex in its gameplay. Okay. As in top-down strategy, battleground kind of thing. PL Blue, do you get paint some Privateer Press Mark IV models recently? No, but I'd absolutely love to. As in War Machine and Hordes, yeah? I would absolutely love to. I used to play Warmer Hordes back in, I want to say 2nd edition? Yeah, 2nd edition. I had a Signar and a Signar force and a Crix force, and I really enjoyed it. And I think it just got a little too competitive in my local scene, so I dropped out. But the models, especially the models coming out with Mark IV, the 4th edition, are gorgeous, are absolutely insane. I really like privateer presser style of sculpting. So I would really, really like to paint some up. So if anyone wants like a commission done on some privateer press stuff, Mark 4, well, not necessarily just Mark 4, but like Mark 4 would be amazing. Hit me up. Would be very interested. Steampunk colours? I would, but I feel like this is more cyberpunk than steampunk. Oh, no, that would be a display kind of colour. I was just thinking like vibrant pinks and blues and go proper cyberpunk. Oh. Oh. He didn't get it? Or did I get it? Black and red. What? Black and white and red all over. No, I didn't get it. You confused me. You confused me so much. Hedgehog, why? Right. This paint's drying out a little bit, unfortunately, and I don't want to put too much water down. It's dry brushing, but we're using a slightly damp towel to get rid of most of the paint so it doesn't go as chalky. Black and white and red all over like a newspaper. Oh no, I got that. I thought it was going to... I can't say what I was just about to say because I'm on TikTok. But I thought there was more to it. I got that. Chuck Norris. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Moist brushing. We are moist brushing. That's a hell of a clickbait title, isn't it? Hey, thank you very much for the rose, Chuck. How are you doing today? I kind of want to do this really cyberpunky. Do I do it? Chat, do I do it? What are we thinking? Like really like teals and pinks. It is for a product photo. It is to advertise it online in the shop. But that being said, it would be kind of cool. Do it like Delta 7, Obi-Wan can ride it into battle. It has got a kind of droid army vibe to it, hasn't it? Do it. Go cyberpunk. All right. In which case, our color scheme is gonna be. I can test out what I want. Do I test it out? Yeah, I'm gonna test it out. So I've been toying with an idea for a while of mixing some speed paint medium, aka for those of you who don't know what medium is, it's paint without the pigment. So speed paint medium with fluorescent pigments, and this is just one of the pigments I've got. This is very bright. I don't know whether the yeah, it's real bright. So I kind of want to mix that in with some. Yeah, I'm not going to sneeze. Jesus, could you imagine? I want to mix that in with some speed paint medium and see what happens. You prefer speed paint large? There's a joke I can't make. There is a joke I cannot make because I'm streaming on TikTok. Berserk, so security over the weekend nearly threw me out of the venue after arguing over metal water bottles that we bought from the merch store at the venue because we weren't allowed to bring them in. But you bought the... yeah. Yes, that's incredibly annoying. Unfortunately, like, security at a lot of these events don't like necessarily know exactly what's being sold on the day. They just have like blanket rules. No, that's way too much. That's way too damn crap. No, okay, that actually works. That works in my favour. So yeah, that is annoying. That is annoying. No, way too. Wait. All right, this is way too damp. Hang on, I need a. Head, are you telling me to sneeze? I'm not going to sneeze. I'm not going to sneeze in the fluorescent pigment. Worst idea ever. Right, so we're just doing a bit of an overbrush on the more obvious pieces. These pieces that are definitely going to be in the light. Seb, can you paint my models for me? I'm terrible. Yes, I can indeed. I am open for commissions. If you're interested in booking commission, then drop me a message through my website, alchemistmodels.com. There's a link in my bio, and there's a contact page on there. You can get in contact and we can discuss your project. No pay, only paint. That would be a no. Warehouse security works at events. Used to do it myself. Issue is this was just one of the things that happened. Oh, okay. Was it a series of unfortunate events? Well, I'm glad the event was good overall. Okay. I think we're at the point where we can start throwing some colour in, I reckon. Excited to see this all cyberpunky? Me too. Cyberpunk is one of my favourite kind of genres, like visually. Alright, what's the best way of doing this? What's the best way of approaching this? See, the trick is it needs to be cyberpunk, but it needs to not be cartoony. So, what is the best way of approaching this? Do the silvers first? No, we won't do the silvers first. We're gonna go straight in with the teal, I think. I'm gonna map it out. Just go full claptrap. Well, that was the idea behind going yellow, because like weathering on yellow works really well. But so, I'll send a list later in DMs, but focus on hobby positive stuff now. Yes, absolutely. Hobby positive, happy times. Right. Teal. I want quite a strong colour, so I'm not going to go speed paint because it might be a little too thin for this. So, we're going to go with... I need a teal. Is there a teal? Really? It's like a teal colour in speed paint? I don't think there is. Not really. Oh, I might have to go with okay. Let's brilliant greenish blue. Or lizard folk cyan. No, let's go brilliant. Okay, alright. Hobby positive stuff now, so we can ignore the impending doom of life and how meaningless it is that we just sit here screaming into the void and hear it scream back. You can't hear it scream back if you don't pay attention, and therefore it's a one-way conversation, and therefore it's not crazy. Yep. I just justified madness. Right. Mapping this out. Hang on. I want to have a look at cyberpunk mechs. Cyberpunk mech. None of these are going to be like vibrantly. They're all they're all greys and green. Okay, all right, no. I got some. What's the main colour gonna be? Is it gonna be cyan or pink? I feel like cyan. Cyan is gonna be the main colour. And then pink is gonna be Okay. Alright. Speaking of voids in which we scream, Alki, have you heard of Midnight Burger? No, I have not. Go dark blue and then bright highlights. I want to go teal. I want to go, oh, what's the... KDA. KDA, the band. That vibrant teal and pink. I want that. But then weathered down and, like, beaten up. Yes, actually, KDA. We're doing this KDA. And I haven't listened to KDA for ages. So, we want our colour scheme for... our palette. There we go. This is our palette. That is our palette. Yes, that's the palette. I like it. TikTok, if you don't know what I'm talking about, come over to YouTube. I'm streaming there. Yeah. Maybe that's a little too vibrant, but kind of. Oh, there's quite a lot of purple in that. I'm gonna go this one. That's tiny. Okay, that's the palette. What do you mean, ew? What do you mean, ew? How dare you? How very dare you? Right, okay. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So detailing is going to be the pink. Okay, where am I going to put this? Let's start down the bottom first. And the reason for dry brushing it is because we get this texture coming through underneath the speed paint. That's why I'm not putting it on very thick on purpose, because we already have the shading underneath. We don't need to worry about creating that shading with pools. So I'm just tinting what we've already done, and you've got that texture we painted in. Midnight Burger is an audio drama about the adventures of time-traveling, dimension-spanning diner. Very Doctor Who vibes, can't recommend it enough. Ooh, okay, alright. I've recently signed up to the Dungeon Daddies Patreon, because I wanted to listen to all their like extra bonus content. And one of them is... Oh, I don't know if I can say this. This is a legit title, but... You know the music, like the jazz music in Star Wars? Yeah, it's named after that. It's about that. So it's a 4-part role-playing adventure, and it's very funny. It's very, very funny. Okay, there we go. So I haven't done this texture technique for a while, but it works really well for armor panels and vehicles. You are using speed paints, but because you're putting them on quite thin, you don't have that pooling. You don't have that. I can't think of the word now. That uneven texture that you sometimes get with contrast and speed paint, because you're physically putting it in yourself and controlling it a little bit more. Go for a painting. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? You can say it, you're just a Dungeon Daddy simp. Yeah, absolutely. No regrets whatsoever. Let's do that edge pink there. The rest of it can go this colour. I'm just trying to figure out, I'm mapping this out as I go along in my head, what parts are going to be kind of silver and black, or like metallic and bits like that. So these hydraulic bits on the legs, that's going to be they're going to be probably black. These little kind of squares and rectangles here, they're going to be pink, I think. So we're just going to be a little careful around those, because touching this up won't be like how I usually touch up other models with just like white paint. Because we've dry brushed it, we don't want to lose that texture. And if I go in with just a white paint, it will look brighter. Same down there. There we go. So this model is available on the web store as of today. You can find it in the sci-fi vehicles section. So this section of the leg is going to be, we're going to use Gravelord Grey on that. And okay. This part here, I will have to do a little bit of, you know, touch up on the white before we go in with the pink. I'm really intrigued to whether my idea with the speed paint medium and pigment is going to work. In theory it should, because that's how you make paint. You put medium with pigment and therefore fully fledged paint. Whether it will come across, whether the fluorescentness will come across, I don't know. But there's only one way to find out. There we go. Okay. Once I've figured it out in my head, it'll go a lot quicker. It's just I'm taking my time because I don't want to go all gun ho with it, and then have to redo bits with this dry brush technique, because that will take time that I don't particularly want to dedicate onto it. Go. Yeah, this is like that texture you can see is really coming through because we're putting it on quite thin. Oh, hello. What was that? Blue Fire and Springy, thank you very much for the YouTube sub. Thank you. Much appreciated. Zornjacker, didn't you have a Dwarf King being carried around by orcs? I couldn't find it in the shop. It's certainly there. Here's the model finished. And it should be... Oh no, it doesn't actually have this. It doesn't have... But it is this model. It doesn't have the finished like colour photo. But it looks like a render. It'll have a red and black background. It's in the Classic Fantasy Army section. It's definitely there though. After Studios, hey, how's it going? Welcome in. Okay, we'll move on to this other foot here. So this is a very similar technique, well, it's the same kind of technique that I used on one of the first dioramas that I did. Which was the Lord of the Oni diorama, and it had a... Oh, what's the gate called? A Torii gate. I painted up a Torii gate, and I used this technique. I kind of dry brushed and stippled some white over black, and then went over with a red, and it gave a really, really nice texture. Hey Kyle, how's it going? Yajari, hey, welcome in. How are you? What wonders have you been cooking recently? You're gonna make me incredibly hungry, aren't you? It's a very cool blue, isn't it? So we're going all cyberpunk with this colour scheme. We're going blue, teal, and pink. Very vibrant colours, but we're toning them down with this technique, which I've dry brushed white over black, giving that kind of texture that you can see coming through. And it is an incredibly easy technique to replicate on your own models. I apologise, I've fallen behind on tutorials recently just because the shop, or shops, the Etsy store and my web store have both gone a little bit nuts this week, which is absolutely lovely, and this is fantastic. I am a big fan of this. However, it does mean that I don't have as much time to paint, but I'm hoping to next week get the remainder of the Space Wolf tutorial done. He's almost done. Just need to do the details, film the details, and then edit and do the voiceover, etc. So I'm hoping to get that out next week, and then after that we'll be doing a Star Wars tutorial looking at painting white clone armor. And I've also just got some... I've just built up the whole Plo Koon box. So we're going to look at painting the Master Jedi himself. May even do Ahsoka as well. So for those of you who are interested in learning how to paint white armor, very effectively, very quickly as well, keep an eye out for that tutorial. There we go. I hope you've all had a lovely week. It's a chill out Friday stream at the moment. If you're on TikTok, then please feel free to head over to my YouTube channel where you have, it's just better quality, better cameras. You also have a dog cam, which is arguably the best part. Okay, you can really see that texture coming through there, and it just means because we've focused again. Before we did the blue, we went back in with that white and focused on those, you know, brighter parts. It's given it that natural kind of shading, and we're just tinting what we've done already. It's no great secret, this technique, but it is effective, especially on armor panels. And I think I'll do a video kind of explaining more in detail, having a look at tank armor, because there's still quite a lot of texture on these armor panels, so it'll be interesting to see how it fares with something with large flat surfaces and not a lot of kind of detail and panel lines and things like that. Thank you very much for all the likes and the follows and the shares over on TikTok. All of that interaction really does help push the content out to new people, so thank you. Alright, last leg, and then we can start working on the torso. feet as well. Otherwise the photos are going to look weird. If you have any questions about the techniques or methods or anything like that, then don't be afraid to ask. There is no gatekeeping in this channel. Also, thank you very much to everyone who has watched all the content on YouTube to this date. We are gradually, slowly but surely, we're making our way towards partner, getting those watch hours up. Every time you watch a video, it massively helps, so thank you. Remember the back of these feet. We'll just go around and just double check all of them. Yeah, I think I've missed most of them. Go, and then that one's fine. That one's not. Remember, don't put too much paint on your brush when you're doing this. If any of you are going to GriffCon this year, I will be doing a painting class looking at contrast and speed paint techniques, and this is probably something that we'll cover actually, because this is quite useful. Okay, that's pretty much all of the lower armor done. Blue. Bonus points for running YouTube and TikTok. When I first started, I was running, I ran YouTube, Twitch and TikTok at the same time. That was mental trying to keep up with 3 chats. Antiv might not be able to attend as the ferry I normally use has been stopped. No! The ferry? Where are we? What ferry do you use? I'm trying to... Oh, yeah. Okay, alright. Can you get a train at all, Antiv? Sanguine Painting, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you for the follow as well. Right, so we've done the lower section. We're going to move on to the upper now. And we're just going to take a quick moment to kind of map out where we want the blue and where we want the pink. I think... inside here I want it to be black, because then whatever colour we do with the eyes is really going to pop out. So I think all the lower panels are going to be blue, and then not all of them, but like a majority of the upper ones will be pink. This band across the back, that will be pink, and then round the edges of the missiles, those will as well. Danny! Very much not first, mate. Very much not first. Please tell me this is Cowboy Mecha and it's wearing denim trousers. I mean, it is now. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, right. Let's start underneath. And even though we're not putting the paint on thickly, we are still taking each panel one at a time as much as possible to prevent any ugly drying lines. And it also means that we can figure out as we're going along, we can change it as we're going along, regarding where the blue and where the pink is going to go. I think that's just gonna go blue. Yeah. Give it Woody from Toy Story color scheme. Brilliant. I'm not gonna do that, but at some point I will. At some point I will paint a Woody. Thank you very much for all the follows and shares and everything like that over on TikTok. Thank you. Another one with Buzz Lightyear. Well, then I've got to do Slinky Dog. Go for it, painting. Hey. Right. Okay. Let's do this front section here. I've just seen a support that I've totally missed, but it actually works with this sculpt. Aha! Justification. There we go. I've also got some, and some people in chat will know what I'm talking about because I've shared it with them. I've got a very, very exciting commercial license coming soon. Hopefully in the next half a month, regarding things like displaying your models in a creative way. So when more information is available, I will share it in the Discord. That question has been... I'm not going to say that question out loud, Antiv, because I value my audiences. But that question has been asked many a time. I'm just going to say, why do you think he's called Woody? Sarah, hello! Welcome in. How you doing? Okay, so those sections are fine. And now I think the connector for the missiles, that's going to be black, I reckon. Go. And remember, we've got to work quickly because even though we're putting it on thinly, we don't want to run into any unsightly drying lines. Yeah, that was definitely an interesting time to come into the chat, Sarah. This isn't technically Warhammer. But it could be used in those kind of games. This is actually a kind of standalone model. It doesn't belong to a certain game system, but it would absolutely fit in a game of 40k or Infinity or one-page rules or anything cyberpunky and sci-fi and Fallout style and that kind of thing. Andy's mother's toys are named the same as Andy's. Yes, absolutely. Yes, including Mr. Potato Head. What a topic. What a topic for people to come into the chat. Go. Just quickly go around that panel there. Very new to Warhammer. Don't know what half of it is anyway. Just like painting. That is absolutely fair. Well, there's definitely more people in the hobby that are just there for painting rather than playing, I think. And it's your hobby. You can do whatever you want with it. shameless promotion. If you're looking at getting some alternative models that aren't, and goes out to everyone, that isn't just Warhammer, and you want to paint something a little different, maybe like this model, head over to alchemistmodels.com. That is my web store. This is a 3D print. This is one of the models that I sell. No more TikTok. Back to YouTube. Big Rig, what up? How's it going? Thank you for coming over. Much appreciated. Yeah, this is one of the models that I sell. This went up on the web store today. You can find it if you search for Devastator, to be fair, or Calamity Devastator. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. And yeah, if you're over on TikTok, feel free to come over to the YouTube channel. There's better cameras. You get a dog cam. And you get music as well. We got nice chill vibes going on. Brett Holt, afternoon. Super awesome peeps from here on the South Coast, UK. What up, South Coast? Hello from the Southwest Coast. Thank you very much for coming over. Are you selling that alien terrain in silicon version? No, I'm not. I do actually need to list that the alien terrain. That's been printed for ages now, and I haven't actually done anything with it. Ah, Sarah, that's very kind. Thank you. Right, okay, so that's... I think this is the best way of painting vehicles with speed paints. I really do think this is the best way. Especially when you start putting, like, weathering effects over it. It really works. You're kind of creating that artificial texture. Unless you're looking for, like, a super clean paint job, in which case speed paints and contrast are just not the right way to go anyway. But if you're looking for something a little bit different, I can highly recommend this method. Hey, Sarah Space Slippers. I'm pretty certain I know who that is. Welcome over from TikTok. In terms of a certain grimdark wargame, what army would that work for? Hey, Misfit, or Lisa. Hello. I reckon, in regards to a certain grimdark wargame that will remain anomalous. Anonymous? Jesus Christ, it's Friday. I reckon this would work for any AdMech. I mean, the base is pretty big. I don't know, like, the new Dreadnoughts, do they come on 100mm bases? Because this is a 100mm base. Because it's got quite a wide stance. And is it 100mm that the new Dreads come on? But it could be a Dreadnought. Anything from AdMech, maybe Chaos as well, possibly.
Oh, is it treat time? Yay!
Are we doing treat time? It's very nice mini. It's very, very cool, isn't it? Yeah. So this is one of the models I sell on the website. I will full not exposure, full. Oh, I don't know. Can't think of the word. It's Friday is definitely hitting hard. Cards on the table. I don't sculpt these. I'm not a 3D sculptor. I run a print business and I paint. I would love to sculpt, but there's only so many hours in the day. Oh, it could work for Tau. That's true. Yeah, it could work for Tau really well. Okay, so TikTok, you're going to have to bear with me because we're going to do a treat time for Bailey, which you can only see over on YouTube. So if you want to see a very happy dog, you've got to come to YouTube. For you YouTube watchers, this is Bailey. Oh, big yawn. Do you want a treat? It's technically your dinner time, but... Oh, Big stretch. Big stretch. You want a treat? Yeah. Press it down. Good boy. There we go. So this is Bailey, the Stream Hound. He's a Romanian rescue that I got a couple of years ago during lockdown, and he's very nervous. He's come a long way. He's much better than he was. When I first got him, he would never take treats from me. But now he gets very excited about it. Last bit. You're going to do that in 2 or 1? Do it in 2. There we go. You handsome boy. Ugh, slobber. Nice. Thanks, mate. There we go. You've had your treat time, and that was aimed at chat as well as Bailey. Right, let's continue on painting. Say goodbye, Bailey. There we go. Cute pupper, very cute pupper. I sell cards now? Do I? I gotta say, no for Tau does not look like any models plus Tau don't use 100mm bases. It could, I mean, maybe, it depends if you're working on like height-wise. Maybe a Storm Cert? I mean, I would use it as a broadside with the missile pods. I think broadside it would work really well. I know the base is slightly big. But, I mean, also one-page rules as well, if you wanted to go down that route. Right, let us finish up the blue. Before we move on to the next colour. Scale down for a broadside, I think. Yeah, I could always scale it down as well. It would make it. These parts might start getting a little thin, depending on how much I scaled it down, but it's totally doable. Okay, so those sections I want to do black. The missiles, I want these panels there, and this edge, I want that to be pink. The rest of it is going to go blue. So we're going to do each panel at a time. One at a time, sorry. Does it print in multiple parts? Only 2. Well, 3 if you include the base, but it's got a join point there. But yeah, it does. It's printed in 2 parts. There's not. Ideally, I would have split it down a little bit more because of the support marks. Like because there's so much detail pretty much all over it. It does suffer from that kind of lots of support marks, and you lose. I don't think you lose detail, but compared to some of the other prints that I sell, it needs a little bit more attention when you're cleaning it up. Not much, but you know, I try to reduce it as much as possible, and there isn't an obvious orientation for this model, so you can kind of reduce those parts and keep as much of the detail, which is just part of 3D printing. So I supported it. I mean, you might be able to see. I wasn't too fussed about getting it perfect because it's a product photo that I can photo from a specific angle. So underneath, I supported it from underneath, so you can see the kind of, I don't know if you can see them actually. Some of the support marks that I didn't bother cleaning up, and then I supported it directly from underneath. So when it's on the table, when it's glued, you're not going to see any support marks at all. If you look underneath, you might see a little bit of roughness, but that's about it. The Coalition Colossus is more... Oh yeah, the Coalition Colossus is very broadside. That's one of my favourite models that I sell. I love that model. Very, very nice. That and the Destroyer. All the mechs. I enjoy all of the mechs. I really like the Unicycle as well. And that's a one-piece model. I like the smaller mechs as well, the little drones. I've got a couple, I'll show you them in a second. I've also finally got the scale right for the tanks, or one of the tanks. I need to print the other turret so we can do that, which I will show you in a second. It works very, very well. It's scaled to match a certain grimdark game. Show you when I've finished this weapon here. Is this a Warhammer kit? It's not Warhammer, but it could be used in said game or any other sci-fi game. So this is a kit that you can find on my website, alchemistmodels.com. You can find the link in my bio. So the Coalition Colossus and some of the drones are from a range called Vesper Project, which I backed on Kickstarter a couple of years ago. And when I first got the files, they were all a little bit small. They were kind of like true scale 28mm, like infinity scale, which for Warhammer and other sci-fi games is a little bit on the small side. So what I'm doing is I'm printing out everything, rescaling it, printing it out, and then taking a proper product photo. So I have all the files from the project. It's just it takes a certain amount of time to go through this process, especially with the tank. I had to print it twice because I needed to rescale it again. So it's an ongoing thing, and this isn't even from the Vesper project, but it fits the style. And I've been uploading a lot of fantasy, so I wanted to work on some sci-fi. So there's two drones here. The missile drone is already on the website, and then you've got the Gatling drone and the cannon drone, and these are on 50mm bases. And then you've got this thing. This is from... So those are from the Vesper project. This is also from the Vesper project. This is the artillery drone, which is very, very cool. Only just fits on this base. I thought about giving it a bigger base, but I think a 75mm base works. And it also kind of ties in with various other games. So there's that. And then the big thing, which took a couple of prints to get the scale right, is this. Oh. So this is a two-part print because I joined it in the 3D print in the slicer. Usually it would be this part and then these two tracks, but I put them all together and then hollowed it out. So if you do buy it, it will come with these holes on the bottom because all of it's hollow inside. And I need these holes. Any 3D print people out there will tell you need to put holes, but if you hollow your print, otherwise you have liquid resin in there, which won't cure, and at some point will just make the model go crack, and it will leak out. So, big old tank, big old cannon. There's a variant of this, which at some point I will print, but I'm got a bit of a backlog from orders at the moment. which is a massive missile rack on the back here. I also have an idea for an anti-aircraft or like a artillery add-on to this, which is cannibalizing 2 kits and putting it together. And I've had a look, and it looks kind of cool. What I really like about this tank is there's a cockpit here. I really like that design. Yes, it is quite Votan. It is quite Votan. Yeah. Oz, hey Oz, how's it going? I've seen quite a few people complain about prints exploding from buying stuff on Etsy. Yeah, that's unfortunately because 3D printing has become such a huge thing. There are a lot of people, and I don't want to throw shade, but there are a lot of people who don't know what they're doing because they've gone in and gone, oh, this is 3D printing, it's just plug and play, and it's just not. There's a big steep learning curve to it. If you have a hollow print and you don't put holes in it, you're going to get trapped resin in there and it's going to explode. So that's why I always put obviously holes on the bottom, so when it's on the table you're not going to tell. And then if someone really wants to, there's no detail here anyway, if someone really wants to cover it up, bit of plastic card or something like that. Lee Lawton, hey, thank you very much for the follow. Painting D&D miniatures at the moment. Ooh, what are you painting? What kind of stuff? I almost painted some D&D miniatures on today's stream, but I saw this and I was like, yeah, no, I'm painting this. This is way too cool. Too cool not to. Not gonna lie, I won't hollow out a print. Hollowing out prints are absolutely fine as long as you wash them out fully and cure them inside, which takes a couple of extra things like snake lights, but they're easy to make. Really easy to make. This one has a longer, thinner cannon though. Yeah, it does, Oz. I've tried to make drain holes that will fit small UV LED. Yeah, so what I do is I get like just a UV LED on with the wires, and then hook that up to a 9-volt battery, and I've got about 6 or 7 of those. And this is actually a hollow print. You can see just some very, very small drainage holes. So small that I didn't bother cleaning them up, filling them, because I don't think you need to. You can, absolutely. But yeah, this is hollow. So, well, the top bit is hollow. How heavy are your prints, Antiv? Yeah, it depends on how heavy they are and how much resin you're willing to go through. Anyway, right, let's do this bit here. We're gonna need some more paint on the palette. Big Rig, here's a question: Do we need to leave them open after they cure? Can we grease stuff? No. If it's done properly, then there will be no liquid resin left in that void. If it's cleaned out properly and cured. It might be, if you look inside, it might be slightly tacky, which is fine, as long as there's no liquid resin that can expand, and it's the resin that expands, and that's what cracks the model. But you don't need to leave them. You don't need to leave any resin holes open, as long as they have been cured correctly and drained out. That's why a lot of people, when they find kind of a printer that they trust, they'll go to those people because they know that the quality and the quality assurance is there. It is a little bit of a gamble if you just find someone random on Etsy, which, you know, to be fair, that's how I started, and most of my orders come through Etsy, but it is always a gamble. A lot of my orders actually are repeat customers who started off getting like 1 or 2 things, which I'm assuming is to test the quality, and then they come back with a big order. And very nice review, which is very kind. yeah. People like Danny Player 1. What shade of blue is that? This is Caribbean Ocean from Speed Paint. A brilliant greenish blue. Heaviest print I have is 227 grams. That's not too bad. Like, heavy prints aren't too bad if they are... if the weight is spread out. This I could print solidly, but I prefer to, you know, save some resin. But this is absolutely fine. I mean, this one here is ooh, this is technically solid, but there's no hollowing in this. But you know, it's created like it, so it's fine. So there is a lot of resin in this, but it's spread out over lots of different aspects. That was the worst way of saying that, but you know. Want to do a Horus bust, but I really want to leave it solid, and I'm worried about how much material I'll use. I mean, as long as you rinse it out. Have you got a printer yourself, Big Rig? Yeah, Lee. The speed paints are really good. This army painter, it's very, very good. I think I know exactly which Horus bust you're talking about as well. I do Creality Hallett 1 Plus. That is resin. So yeah, it's resin because you're talking about hollowing and things like that. So I don't know the Creality. I use Elgu Saturns. But as long as you hollow it out, as long as you put those drainage holes in and they are big enough for the resin to come out, properly swill around there, and so you can get some sort of UV light in, then it should be absolutely fine. Make all my terrain and Ender 3. Yeah, I've got some terrain. I'm fairly new to filament printing. I started with resin, but I've got my Bamboo P1S printing at the moment. It's printing out a terrain piece, a three-story, I think, fantasy building. That again will also be on the web store. Actually, no, it's already on the web store, but as a 10mm model, but I'm printing it out slightly bigger so it can be used for larger scale games. The main thing I use my filament printer for is the bases. This base was printed on the filament. Misfit, I would love to get a resin printer, but I don't have the space or ventilation. Yeah, that's incredibly important, is having a dedicated space for it. I know people who have put a resin printer in their kitchen, and it's not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. It needs to be fully properly ventilated. Mine are in a completely separate room, like a workshop, that is, you have to go outside to get into it. There's no airflow from the house. So yeah, the proper ventilation and proper kind of safety precautions for resin 3D printing are so important. Painting a 75mm Dragonborn Ranger Assassin. Ooh, what's the model? Where's the model from? Wait, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Loot Studios? Wait, is it a 3D print first of all? Wait, so not on your nightstand? No, do not put a 3D printer on your nightstand. It is not a good idea. Okay, I think that is all of the teal. I think that's all the blue that I want to do. Yeah, it's not really a teal actually. It's more of a blue. Bamboo, can't wait to get one. Honestly, it's so good. It's so quick as well. It is lightning quick. have my printer by my dryer, filament printed, a connector to the duct work, and put an inline fan. Oh, that's nice. That's a good idea. Using the plate as an extra table to eat my brekkie from. Wise ass. 3D printed D&D miniature. Nice. 75mm as well. Nice. Very nice. I do, Lee, I have a Discord channel where people can show off their work, and this goes for everyone in the chat. There should be a link in my bio, in my kind of Linktree bio. Feel free to join it and share your work. I always like seeing what people are working on. And it also, that's where I put various notifications for and updates for the web store and when I'm going live, and it's just a useful place to be. So feel free to join that and become part of the community over there. Right, the next stage for this is I've got to go in and kind of dry brush / stipple / overbrush to fix some of the overpainting that I've done. I'll probably post on here as usual as well. Yeah, do it. You can also see my love-hate relationship with 3D printing. Yeah, so Antiv is a prime example of someone getting into 3D printing, because Antiv used to buy prints from me and then decided they want to get into print themselves. And my main thing that I say to everyone who is going to start printing is, at some point, you will want to throw that printer through a window. And lo and behold, Antiv, did you want to throw that printer through the window? Right, I need a detail brush, but I need not a nice detail brush. Yeah. No worries, Lee. Thank you very much for swinging by. Okay, so we're just gonna go over. We're gonna kind of stipple this in. Fortunately, it's going to be on the edges, which is going to have brighter parts anyway. And I just want to get rid of any like overly blue sections that the pink won't cover. So obviously I'm going to be making a speed paint in a second, and I have no idea how that's going to work. Dolph Models, thank you very much for all the likes, much appreciated. Yeah, wanted to take a sledgehammer to it. There you go, see? Wanted to eat my ender when I melted a hot spool. Yeah. When you start in 3D printing, you will want to throw that thing through the window. You'll want to give up. You'll want to just so much abuse. But when you get it right, oh damn, is it right? When I first started, I was replacing the FEP film probably every 2 weeks, and right now I've got 4 Elegoo Saturns, and I've only just replaced the FEP on one of them. The other 3 have had the same FEP for at least 6 months. Around 6. Yeah, I think about around 6 months, and that's printing almost every other day, and at the moment, every day. So if you get your printer dialed in properly, and all working smoothly with the right materials, the right maintenance, they'll last for ages. And this isn't like a high-tech printer either. This is like the OG Elegoo Saturn. This is the 1st gen, and they're on Gen 4 now. They've just released the 4th gen. I'll be kind of sad when those printers die, actually, because I can't replace them. And no, they're not 12K, they're not 8K, they're 4K printers. On paper, they are worse, but I mean, this came off it, and I think this is absolutely fine. I really do believe that your resin that you're using, your settings, and the quality of the sculpt are all more important than the resolution of your printer. If you don't have your settings done properly, if you're working with a not very detailed sculpt, and you're working with rubbish resin, it doesn't matter if you've got 20k printer, you will not get as good quality. Big Rig, your Discord link is not working for me some reason. Oh, hang on then. Hold on. Can we do a Discord like this? Can I do that? No, can't do that. Nope, that didn't work. Hang on then. I will get you a link. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that should work. Hopefully. Let me know if it doesn't, and then I'll make another link. So we're kind of stippling the white on. So we're not, usually I look for a solid colour to work from, but in this we actively don't. We want it to kind of blend, we want it to be uneven, because that's how we get this texture coming through. It doesn't matter too much on the parts that are going to go black, because the black is just going to cover them. Base coat is doing wonderful work on the blue. Is it zenithal or something else? No, this is dry brushing. This is just straight up dry brushing. White over black. No grey middle tone. This was just dry brushing a very good white paint over a black undercoat, making the process as simple as possible. And the dry brushing over the black gives it that texture, and then this is just one thin coat of Caribbean blue, which is a speed paint. Okay, just looking over the model. That's going to go black, so that doesn't matter. Okay, I think we're at a place where I can mess around with making a fluorescent speed paint. This is going to be interesting. Okay, alright. I need a clean part of my palette. So let's clean that up. Speaking of blue, I'm well chuffed with how my Ultramarines are coming along. Yeah, you are! Have you got updated photos, or are they kind of at the same place where they were when you showed me? Alright. Okay, we're going to move that to one side for a second. So, for those of you who weren't with us earlier, I'm going to make a fluorescent pink speed paint. I've got speed paint medium, and I've got Green Stuff World Fluor pigments. And this is bright. As in, very, very bright. And the idea is, I take pigment, and I take medium, which in theory should make paint. That's the idea. So we're going to mix this live on screen. This is going to go well. This is totally going to work. Of course it is. All right. I need something. Ooh, I need something to actually kind of spoon this out. Hang on. Where's my tools? I need something in here. Yeah, that'll work. It's not clean, but it'll work. Right. Okay. Never thought about making speed paint fluorescent. Trying that now with. I mean, you could do it with, in theory, any pigment. You could make. This is the first time I've done this, so I don't know whether it works. Okay, so we have speed paint medium. You can't see it because, you know, it's medium. Oh, you can kind of see it there. There you go. And we'll take this fluorescent pigment. I need a mixing brush. Where's a mixing brush? You're rubbish. You're a mixing brush. Cool. Okay. Oh, that is so vibrant. I've never done this before, so this is new to me. I don't know how much you're supposed to use. But let's mix it. Wow. Magic. Hey, welcome to Alchemist Models, where there is literal alchemy working. Oh my. Yes. Well, okay. Guys, I did a thing. Too much, I think, a bit at a time. No, this is... Yeah. Vibrant. Vibrant. He said the name. He said, I know, I said the name. I do this the other way around. Put the pigment down, then add a little medium till I get the consistency I want. I mean, to be fair, like, the consistency is... You're just tinting the pigment, right? It's got the consistency of speed paint. So... Cool. Yay. Right, okay, I'm going to clean this very carefully because otherwise I get pink pigment everywhere and that's not going to go off. All or nothing, yeah. Use the pot Call of the Void. Just came in. What brand of pigment powder is that? This is... Hang on, I'm just cleaning it up because otherwise it's going to go everywhere. This is Green Stuff World Fluorescent Pigments, or Fluor Pigments. And it's the pink one. And it's very, very bright. So, we be brave. We are being brave. All right. God, that's so bright. Like, it looks slightly red on... No, it doesn't. Yeah, it looks slightly red on the camera... On the YouTube camera, on the TikTok one, it's pretty accurate. Actually, no, it's dulled down on the TikTok one. All right, okay. I have no idea whether this is going to work at all. What's it taste like? I'll let you know in time. Oh, okay. All right. This might be like how to ruin a model. Okay. We ready? Oh, damn, that's bright. That's vibrant. I'm going to do this so much more. Wow. And that's with the texture underneath. This is sick. Alright, well, I need to go and buy a lot of pigment. Because I want to make my own speed paints. Yeah! It's very bright. Yeah, it is. It's actually blowing out the camera. Reminds me of that Only Fools and Horses episode where they paint the takeaway? I don't remember that one. It'd be good for the lenses. Ah, yes. What can I use for... it needs to be... No. Lenses-wise, guess what we're going to use? Yellow. Absolutely yellow. Because, like, you thought the pink was bright on camera. This stuff, you can't see it. Oh, you might be able to see it on TikTok, actually. It's so vibrant. We'll use that on the lenses. That, I honestly, it's yellow. There you go. When the light's not on it directly, you can see it. As soon as the light hits it, it just blows out the camera. Yeah, it's so bright. That is a sick colour. Oh, I'm going to be doing this loads more. Alright. Oh, I need to make a YouTube video on this. Oh, right, okay. Do not make it too watery because on the brush, because you do not want this stuff flowing off somewhere. Yes. Very cool. Very cool. That's so vibrant. Dragonhawk Designs, what's up? I just made a fluorescent speed paint. Yeah, yes Halo. Yes Halo. So, for those of you who just joined, I took some speed paint medium. I wanted this model to be quite cyberpunky, and I've taken some speed paint medium and some Green Stuff World fluorescent pigment, in this case pink, mixed them together, and this is what you get. A very vibrant speed paint. Oh, hang on, it's bled into the edges a little bit too much, so we'll just soak that up with a clean brush. Yes. God, that's fine. I mean, it looks muted on the phone camera, but it's pretty accurate on the YouTube camera. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. I mean, you can see it like, and that's quite thin on the model. Have a look at it in the palette, and it is vibrant. Like, that's really muted on the TikTok camera, on my phone camera. That being said, it is 5:30, and my phone's almost out of battery. So, TikTok, if you want to continue watching, I will be streaming for another half an hour over on YouTube. The link is in my bio. Feel free to come over and say hi. If not, I will be streaming again on Monday, this Monday. Probably continuing to paint this. Fluorescent speed paints are something I knew I needed, right? I'll do a YouTube video on these next week, actually. I might be able to do it tomorrow, depending on how much time I get. So, TikTok, come over to YouTube if you want to keep watching. If not, I will see you Monday. Have a great weekend. See you later. Bye. There we go. All right. Okay. YouTube, you have my undivided attention. Okay. This is so cool. This is sick. Oh my god, you really can't have to, like, as soon as this bleeds onto another part, it just takes over. So you got to be really careful of placement and having too much on the brush, especially with speed paint. I don't know what it'll look like with contrast medium. That would be another experiment worth having a look at, because contrast is slightly thicker. Is it Diva from Overwatch? Is this Diva colors? Have I just created evil Diva? Okay, alright. Yep, brilliant. Blue and pink? Yes. Totally okay with it. Oh, that looks sick. Alright, okay. I've got... What other colours have I got? I've got blue, purple, and yellow. I don't know what other colours they do. I might have to take a look. I know Element do. Oh, I got these from Element, so haha. Spend some of my crystals. I'm putting this on quite thin because I don't want it like going into any recesses. But I'd be intrigued to see what it looks like in like traditional speed paint techniques. Like how vibrant it really is. That's really cool. I'm not going to shut up about this for a while. Okay, well, I was going to take tomorrow off. However, I think I'm going to be spending the day creating a YouTube video about fluorescent speed paints. Oh my god, I've got some Nighthaunt models. Fluorescent Nighthaunt. Yes. Next order, 69 different kinds of pigment. Yep. Yep. Pretty much. I can't alter too much because I did kind of make orders for some models today because I saw a good deal. So I ordered some models that I've had my eye on for a while. God, it's so bright. I think this blue and pink is one of my favourite combinations of colour. Especially in a kind of cyberpunk setting. Putting some weathering and some battle damage on this is going to look very cool. Not as much as the TR900 Destroyer, but a couple of bullet scrapes, that kind of thing. Oil and grease marks. Okay, that's that. And then we've got these two back panels. I could do a second coat and it would make it even more vibrant. I hope this photograph's alright. This is going to be a product photo, so I don't think about that. It'll be fine. Go. It's time 39. Okay, so I might get the that's really an interesting point actually, how to film this. got these panels around there. Okay. You're really careful of where you put this paint. Because we're going to be hitting it with the rattling grime later, we don't have to worry too much about going right down to the edges with the pink, because that's going to be like a bit more of a grimy brown anyway. These little rectangles on top. Actually, I might not do those. Yeah, I might not. I might just go back over and do those blue. Yeah, I think I will. Because I'm going to go over these bits and do these blue. I like those. I like those blue. Right, so we need these panels. Okay. At some point, I'm going to be painting some Lord of the Rings on stream because I need to print some out, ready for some games at some point in the future. I'm putting such a thin coat of this over, and it's covering so well. And you can see it's really tinting those white edges that I was touching up earlier. A little bit there. It's so cool. I love it. Because we're kind of just doing the top of the panels, we don't have to worry about it's a relatively, I say it's relatively quick, and then he messes up. Fool. There we go. You can see on these lower sections here where there's not a lot of dry brushing at all, you can see it's a lot darker. You still have that vibrancy coming through, but you can see the difference between the top panel and the bottom panel there, where we're artificially placing that shadow. Okay, just got this last section here, and then the front of the missiles, and then rather, because after that we're looking at doing the black and silver, and I'll do the touch up on the blue actually, and then we'll call it a day. I can't call it I can, Daddy. You ain't the boss of me. You got to work for another 6 hours? How long have you been working? Your work hours are ridiculous. Been working for about 5 hours. Oh, Jesus. At least you work from home, to be fair, but still. Okay, so that's all of the... I think that's all of the pink done. I'm just going to go back in with the blue. God, that's so vibrant and so cool. Look at all the tissue. It's dried on the tissue. Look, you can't see it. It's blown out. Right, blue. Is this still... So yeah, do your part and keep me company longer. Sorry. No. I need to go feed Bailey. You wouldn't want Bailey to go hungry, would you? Monster. Okay, that's that. And then we're just going to go over these sections here that I said I was going to do pink, but I don't really want to now. Cool. That pink is sick. Very, very cool. Right, it is 10 to 6. I can't really do anything else without moving on to like a big part of the model, like doing the black or the silver. So I'm going to call it there. I am so happy that works because that unlocks... I feel like I've just unlocked like a tech tree, like a secret tech tree. That's very, very cool. And yeah, we will for... I think we'll use yellow for the eyes, and we'll use this technique for those eyes. I don't want to go overboard, but that is so vibrant and so cool that I think would be a fool not to do it. Right. Okay. That is it for me for this week. Oh my god, that's so, I just cleaned it out. It's so vibrant. So vibrant. Okay. There we go. Right. that is me done for the week. I will be back on Monday, where we will continue painting this. I won't touch this over the weekend. Pink! It's very pink. It's so pink. It's so pink. I love it. And this kind of texture dry brush really works well for vehicles and any kind of armor panels. That I'm really happy with how that's looking right now. Okay, so yes, this model is available in my shop. It is the Calamity Devastator, and it went up today. It's up for £35, and I need to go and put it on Etsy as well. But it's up on the alchemistmodels.com web store. Thank you very much to everyone who's come and hung out. Thank you very much for your continued support. Welcome into all those new people. And if you're watching this as a VOD, then thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch that as well. Yeah, I'll be back on Monday painting this. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, then please do kind of like, share, subscribe to the channel. I put out content every week, whether that's live streams or hobby tutorials or just shorts or whatever. There is new content on the channel every week. What else? If you fancy being very, very kind and you don't want to get something from the web store, then my Ko-fi link is down below, and that's where you can donate, or just go to the web store and buy yourself some models. That helps as well. Yeah, I'll be back on Monday. I'll have some food pics for you later, or maybe you want from preparing. Yes, I want the whole process. I want the whole process, damn it. Anyway, right, okay. I'll see you on Monday. Have a lovely weekend.